y'all? What is happening today? Good to see everybody lining up. We got Arkansas Dave in the house, bro. We got an Arkansas chapter of PMP. We got a Jersey chapter of PMP. And my main man Rags checking in. Also, Humdinger 87. What's happening? Sweet Mad Hatter, Escobar the Third, Noemi Marcel. Let me see, Dami Peralta, Los D's in the house. There you go. NorCal Refrigeration. And my main man Creative Tony's in the house. You're all ponchoed up. Creative Tony, I got a quick question for you. Now, next Tuesday is the Learn with Los night out at the Yard. Giants Cubs. We're going to be out there. It sounds like about 50 to 60 strong. Going to be a great representation of the PMP familia getting together, having a great time. Here's my question. Since we're both robed up on a Tuesday and next Tuesday is the event, are we, like John Joseph said last night, he might robe it up at the game. Are you going to wear the poncho to the Yard on 8/26, Tony? That's my question to you right now.
I would say weather permitting, Paulie. If it's super hot, I'm probably not going to wear a robe, but the chances are it's not going to be super hot. So the chances are I will be in a robe. So I look forward to robing up or robing out or whatever you want to call it. And I've got an assortment now. I've got these core beach robes, and then I've got the my Japanese kimono, and then I've also got the original robe that started it all, which is my nice flannel fleece robe that I wear in the winter.
That's a very masculine looking robe. It makes you look like a very rugged, like alpha male type. Don't forget though, Tony, don't you also have a dashiki? You've worn that thing at some point. We had Brooksy on. He was like, are you wearing a freaking dashiki, man? So let's not exclude that. I want that in the mix as well.
You know what? I can do that. I wouldn't consider that a robe, though. I consider that just a comfortable article of clothing. But if it fits in the robe, under the robe umbrella, I'm fine. I'm fine with that, but I don't know if it fits under the robe umbrella. So, like, do capes fit under the same thing? Like, I was watching Savannah Bananas over the weekend with my son, and dude, one of those Savannah Bananas rolled up to the plate with a cape on. I'm like, dude,
how was he at bat? Did he get a hit? Did he get on base?
No, I think he flew out to right, and they were playing the fire truck, the fireman from Chicago. So, dude, I've heard people rip that, and I've heard people, rip that. I actually enjoy it, man. And if it keeps
Savannah Bananas, what? Because it's not serious baseball or something. It's like the Harlem Globetrotters. It's fun,
right? It's because it's like it's diminishing the game of baseball. Blah blah blah. Hey, dude. First of all,
really, how's it? I don't buy that for a second. I think it's a blast watching those guys. How's it diminishing the game? Boy, what an uptight take on things.
Yeah, some baseball purists, like, I can't watch that. It's just, it's making a mockery of the game. It's like, actually, it's kind of fun, man. Wow. And these guys are all great athletes too, and they're great ball players to be able to do that stuff. Like field the ground ball, put it through your legs, and then throw somebody out of first, or field the ground ball, or actually do a freaking like a front flip before you catch a fly ball in the outfield. I mean, come on, man, it's fun.
May I suggest something to the so-called baseball purists? If there are any of you guys amongst us today, welcome aboard. Everybody's welcome here. That's the one thing about our show, man. Everybody's welcome. Come on in. But I do have to say this. Let me address you anally uptight purists of baseball. Major League Baseball, Tony, has already become a mockery with the ghost runner, with the pitch clock, with the game has been so effed with over the years that I'm not so sure that MLB hasn't become a mockery in certain ways as well. How do you like that?
Dude, and your point is so valid, Paulie, because let's throw a runner on second base. But it's still baseball. Let's have the pitch clock.
Let's have a home run derby at the All-Star game because we're going to extra innings. Let's not even keep playing the sport. Let's just line up and take some BP. You know what I mean?
I tell you what, though, Paulie, if you want to see the ratings skyrocket for extra inning baseball games, or, when the game goes into extra innings, if they did that home run thing, I'm not for it.
I hate that so much. I can't even tell you. I hate that with a passion because
I would watch it more than a ghost runner. I would watch it more than a ghost runner. I got to say, the ghost runner pisses me off to no end, dude.
Me too. I don't know any baseball fans that like the ghost run. I don't know any baseball fans would be like, yeah, that's a great addition to the game. But my beef with the home run derby aspect of things is you're no longer playing the game. You're just having batting practice. I mean, it's not baseball.
Dude, by the way, can we go back in time? Remember the game? Remember the movie War Games? And the computer says, should we or shall we play a game? Or was
shout out to what was his name? Broderick, right? Matthew Broderick. But shout out to Ali Sheedy too. She was on his arm in that film. They were like the computer geek couple. Also, You remember that? Ali Sheedy. What's so funny?
Also, I'm looking at Steve Groschel. He says Patrick Bailey would still hit into a double play during a home run derby, dude. Or he'd take another called third strike. I mean, like he did last night. It's like, dude. And again, I shouldn't piss on a W because they're rare these days. And when a win happens, when a 4-0 breakout in the first inning happens, you got to celebrate it. But then what happens after the 4-run breakout? The bats just go silent, man. Just silent, dude.
By the way, Tony, you had a great punchline a second ago. You should have let that thing breathe, dude. Would Patrick Bailey would ground out in a home run derby? That's a great line. Was that from John Joseph? Anyway, very funny. I want to mention
Steve Groschel.
Groschel, I dig it, man. Also, Escobar the third. Give me Ghost Rider, not a Ghost Runner. I feel you, Escobar. And also want to welcome Tech 1982. Don't think I've seen you before, but welcome aboard, man. All right, Tony. Giants get a nice win in San Diego last night. Robbie Ray's tight pants got the job done. Before we go there, though, let's talk about our main man, Carlos De La Fuente, over at Flex Funding. That's Los D to you and me. That's how we know him on the streets. We say, yo, what's up, Los D? I was talking to Los D on the phone yesterday. We're looking forward to next Tuesday in a big way. And by the way, Don Peralta has alerted everybody. The allotment of tickets is now officially sold out. We have sold the event out. Thank you, PMP Army. We are going to have a great night. Tony, can I get a refrain of give us the Los real quick? Just real quick.
I was trying to get, here we go.
Give us the Los. 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 What loan would you like?
Yeah. All right. So thank you, Tony.
Give us the Los.
Yeah. Thank you, man. All right. Yeah, give us the Los indeed. Thank you. And Carlos De La Fuente, what loan would you like? Well, that's the thing. You ask Carlos, say, hey, Carlos, what loan would be good for me? Here's my situation. Here are my details. Here are the particulars of my situation. What do I do? How can you help me? It might be a private loan. Don't forget, Carlos is a mortgage broker, too, so he can help you adjust your mortgage if that's something that's going to benefit you and your family. Perhaps you're short of cash. That's where a HELOC loan comes in quite handy, the home equity line of credit, which happens to be one of Carlos's specialty. And by the way, when we're talking about mortgages, I always want to throw this nugget in there too. Did you know, this is from Los, did you know that on a reverse mortgage, the senior can have a line of credit, which is like an emergency account of funds waiting to be used if needed? That accumulates over 7% of interest. So how much interest does the bank give? You know what I'm saying? These are things you can talk to Carlos about. Listen, when you deal with Carlos, you're never going to have any kind of hidden fees. There are no escrow fees, no title fees, no appraisal fees, nothing like that. And also, Carlos is quite aware of how precious time is. And he can usually close your deal within 8 days, which is pretty freaking awesome out there. And just about the man himself, if you haven't had a one-on-one with him yet, you will next Tuesday. You're going to see how easy it is to talk to Carlos. Really cool guy. He's a San Francisco boy, right? He's a native. He's been in the business now, Tony, over 26 years. So again, if you find yourself in a situation where you need to move some money around or you just need to put some money in your pocket, Tony, talk to Carlos. Let him get you into a better financial reality. That's what I say.
Paulie, learn with Los, which is the name of our hangout next Tuesday at Oracle Park and at Long Bridge Pizza. Learn with Los, and we played a video last week of Los. We can play it again later on in the week about how he wants to answer your questions. He wants to have an open conversation. Of course, he wants to talk Giants and Niners ball, but he also wants to have a conversation. If you have any questions, bring them to the table next Tuesday, and also reach out to Los. Email him, carlos@myflexnow.com, or give him a call, 925-250-4894. Alt A loans. If you are self-employed, filing out the 1099s, if you are looking for a private loan, if you're looking for a reverse mortgage, if you are just looking for just cash, if you need cash, talk to Los. The guy has solutions. Honestly, he has answers. Remember we said, remember our whole discussion last week about the answer man. And what would be the answer to the answer man? That's Carlos De La Fuente. He has answers for you. Just give him, present the situation. You know what? What has he said? A closed mouth doesn't get fed.
Nice.
I can't. Yeah, that's one of Los's great lines. A closed mouth doesn't get fed. So open your mouth, open wide, and then give Los a call or give him or drop him an email, because he will take care of you and he'll walk you through it and he'll give you options. And if it's not the right time, he'll let you know, but he'll build that relationship with you, because that's why we love Los. We're building a relationship with him, man. And he's all about relationships. And that's what it's really all about in that line of business, in any line of business. You're not successful if you don't build a relationship and if you're not sincere, in my opinion. And it doesn't get more sincere than Carlos De La Fuente. So thank you, Los. We love you. Thank you for the support of the show, and support Los if you can, and he'll help you out.
And for those of you on Spotify and Apple Music, 925-250-4894. Call Carlos anytime, or shoot Carlos an email, carlos@myflexnow.com. Thank you, Los D. We freaking love you, buddy. Thanks for supporting the show. I want to mention Creative Tony is actually going to be utilizing one of our sponsors later today. We'll talk about Dr. Matt Young. Guess what? We end the show today. Tony gets in his rig, drives right into the city. He's going to sit in the great throne. Not even a chair, Tony, the throne of a Dr. Matt Young. Make sure you request something on those headphones. I'm very curious to see what you ask for. My money's on Pink Floyd. Creative Tony's a big Pink Floyd guy. What's so funny? What?
As long as it's not scary Pink Floyd. If it's scary Pink Floyd, then I've got issues, man. I want the friendly, comfortable. I don't want Welcome to the Machine. I don't want anything off the wall now.
Like giving you like a bad trip. So you thought you might like to go to the show while you're getting like work. Yeah.
Waiting for the worms to come.
Hey, Dr. Young, you have waiting for the worms while you're working on me? I want to throw that on real quick. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, we'll get into that a little bit later. And thank you, Carlos, once again. Tony, real quick, I wanted to do a new, we do our Ticket Stub Tuesday thing, and I got a new wrinkle on that feature for today. But first, before we go to the tickets, and Scott Ostler, hello, should have mentioned that right up top. Scott Ostler from the San Francisco Chronicle will join us at 11:30, kind of take the temperature of the Giants, talk about the 49er preseason so far a little bit. But Tony, last night, the Giants, I'm telling you what, this team is a good team as long as they're not playing at home. It's like, they tighten up at home in the batter's box, but when they were in San Diego last night with the 3 home runs in the first inning, Ramos, Devers, and Wilmer, good old Wilmer Flores, dude, swinging that bat. Thank God for him. And, of course, balanced out by Robbie Ray, just doing it again, dude. What a season Robbie Ray has had. But Tony, you feel me on the Jekyll and Hyde of this team at home versus on the road? It's like a totally different team.
Yeah, no question. And also Jekyll and Hyde about like, we're going to have 3 home runs in the first inning and then we're just going to go quiet. It's just a wild season of roller coaster of a ride. And Robbie Ray was dealing. He had one hitter through 6, dude. And then obviously they got to him in the, the 7th, right?
Yeah. He went 6 and a third, I think, last night. Yeah.
I saw some people questioning, why did you send Robbie Ray back out there? He had 90 something pitches. I was like, no, dude, no. You got the hot pitcher. You go with it. You got a 4-run lead, and you let Robbie Ray decide. Hey, how you feeling? You got another in you? You got another? Yeah, I do, Coach. Robbie Ray's not going to come out of that ball game. So I like the decision that Melvin of leaving him in, and then they got to him, and tip of the cap to O'Hearn, a pinch hit, lefty on lefty. 2-run home run. Like, dude, you got to just tip your cap, man. And also Casey Schmidt, that was a tough play. The ball was hit hard. That he had like 2 errors on that one play. But Casey Schmidt makes a lot. He's a very good defensive ball player. So I'm not gonna, just bleep happens, dude. It just happens.
We haven't really talked a lot about Casey Schmidt on this show, but I like the guy. How do you feel about Casey Schmidt? I like him. He's just a gutty, kind of gritty, old school kind of ball player.
Yeah, and now that I've gotten over Christian, I agreed 100%, and he's a good defensive ball player too. Like Matt Chapman is arguably the best defensive third baseman in baseball. But when he's out and you put Schmidt there, you're not losing much.
Right,
is what I'm saying defensively. But I also got to give some love to this kid Christian Koss. Once I got past all the bling and all the drip,
he's got a lot of drip, dude. I know. Yeah,
right. I do like him, though, and I love his approach at the plate because I try and tell kids this all the time. Jump on something early in the count, like because especially if you see a fastball early in the count, jump on that thing. And Koss does that, man. And Kipe was saying it last night. He's like, watch Koss on the first pitch and boom, swing. And dude, I love that aggressive approach because a lot of times the best pitch you're going to see in the at-bat might be the first pitch. So I love the aggressive approach out of Christian Koss, and he's a good defensive ball player too. So the future looks bright in that respect. This Kaiwei Tang today on the mound. I mean, I would love to see a little win streak. We said at the end of the show yesterday, if the Giants happened to get hot, and the Cardinals and the Reds, hit a little dry spell, there might be a little wild card action. I'm sick in the head where I'm still checking wild card standings. I'm still looking at numbers, and I know everybody's writing them off. I'm still thinking there's a run in them. They might have a run in them, and the Cardinals, the Reds, Mets, they might not. The Reds, the Mets, dude, just what an implosion! By the way,
oh my God, I know they've really kind of they're crashing and burning. But you're not wrong in that. Like, if the Giants could just put something together, how about this rotation? Suddenly, where Verlander has found his footing, and again, like Saturday, I think was pretty safe bet to say that was his best outing of the year. Verlander was money on Saturday. And he has been. Verlander's been much, much better recently. So suddenly you got Robbie Ray, Logan Webb, and Verlander as a playoff kind of pitching rotation. That's not bad. That's not a bad 3 horses to trot out there, man. Nice. If the bats can just help him a little bit. Also want to shout out Kaiway Star, as you said, on the hill tonight. If I was still doing the song parodies the old school way, I would definitely bring out Deep Purple's Kaiway Star. Nice. But I'm not going to do that right now. Yeah, great track, by the way, too. And also shout out Beat LA, who checked in on the comments line. He's down in San Diego right now. He's going to be in the yard tonight. So root on Kaiway.
Paulie, hold on, Paulie. I think Beat LA is a she. And so welcome, Beat LA. She is down in LA, I believe. I'm almost positive.
My apologies.
No, dude, no apology necessary, man. It's okay. But yeah, repping the PMP family in San Diego will be Beat LA, which is fantastic. And Paulie, I don't know if you've been down there for a baseball game, but it's a fantastic setting. I got to tip the cap to the
I haven't actually, but I do like San Diego a lot. It's a beautiful town. Yeah, it's home of Bill Walton, by the way, dude. This is all you need to know about San Diego. I'll give it to you in a nutshell. There's 2 of the all-time greats from San Diego. Bill Walton, rest in peace, and then your favorite lead vocalist of all time, Stephen Pearcy from Rat, also hails from San Diego. That's all the credentials I need.
Dude, and also last time I saw Fish in San Diego, Walton was there. I forget his name of the amphitheater down there in San Diego, and Walton was there. And dude, when he was there, he sticks out, he's above everybody, and he's just grooving and high-fiving everybody that walks by. Yeah. I miss Bill Walton a lot, man. I miss him a lot. He would have been all over those Dead Company shows at Golden Gate Park.
Oh,
obviously,
you would have been probably on stage. You would have been up there hanging out with the guys. I know I miss Bill a lot too, man. I really do. The world is not as joyful of a place without Bill Walton around. We're lucky though we had him. We're lucky we got to know him, and we're lucky that we, crossed paths with the guy. But I do miss him too. I do.
And Paulie, also only because you asked yesterday, I've got a couple things for you.
You got the touch.
Yeah.
You got the power.
Thank you, man. That's from the recording session of Dirk Diggler and Chest Rockwell? What was John C. Reilly's name? Chest Rockwell, I think. Anyway, great cut, like right there, Tony. Thanks for following through with that, bro.
No problem, Paulie. And also, I want to say real quick, don't forget Tom Petty's Kai Wei Tang is the hardest part for tonight. Kai Wei Tang is the hardest part. So we're going to hopefully he brings it tonight, man, because his last 2 outings have not been good. So, we're going to throw some vibes Kai Wei Tang's way this tonight and see what happens down in San Diego. But also, Paulie, I did want to mention something before we get to our ticket stubs part of the show and before we get to Scott Ostler.
Yes.
I just want to say, anybody out there or you, have you ever walked in the 7th inning of a game and the walk didn't even score a run? Have you ever walked and then bat flipped after you drew a base on balls? Have you ever done that in baseball? I'm just curious.
No, and when you and I growing up in the 80s and 90s, like if guys bat flipped after a walk, they would have gotten one in the ear hole next at bat back in the day. Now it's like no problem. Yeah, I'm bat flipping. No, I've never bat flipped after a walk, Tony. No.
It's the only reason I bring that up is because Tommy Pham, by the way, Tommy Pham, there's always something going on with him, man. And he's a decent ball player. He's not some great stud, but he always seems to have like stuff going on with him. Remember the stuff going on with him in the fantasy football with Jock Peterson and all that crap? And I don't know, man. The guy bat flipped a ball 4 last night, and it was the Pirates against the Blue Jays. And by the way, Pham, you're on the Pirates, dude. You're like 20 games below 500.
I like the Pirates. I've always liked it. But shout out Roberto Clemente. Shout out Willie Stargell, Dave Parker. Tony, Kent to Culvey, okay, weighing about 150 pounds, throwing the submarine style and closing games for the Pirates when they won the World Series in '79. I kind of like the Pirates, and I love their ballpark. I love that joint.
Respect, Paulie. Don't forget the Mad Dog Bill Madlock also holding down the hot corner.
Who came to the Giants in '78 too? He was our second baseman in '78. Bill Madlock. Dude, you're not kidding. You want to see some impressive numbers? Go look at Bill Madlock's batting averages. He was a perennial 300 hitter. He could really hit that dude.
Also, I want to give love to Andy Van Slyke, was a great Pirate. Yeah. Also, Barry Bonds pre
everything. Yeah, pre enhancements. Yeah. Pre embellishments. He was skinny. He was like a skinny guy, and he was still kicking ass. By the way, Los D checking in, bro. Forget about Kaiway Star. Forget about Kai waiting is the hardest part. He's coming and just dropping a neutron bomb. Kaiway to hell, dude. I'm on the Kaiway to hell. By the way, that segues perfectly into this segment. So check this out, Tony. I have my binder of so this is my binder, right? It's filled with a lot of the shows I've seen over the years. I got hundreds of them in here. So Tony, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read you a few of the shows that are on this given page here. I want you to pick one, and then I'm going to give you my memories and hijinks from that gig. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready to play?
Yeah, and then I've got my binder too, Paulie. This is just a little sneak peek of mine. Let me show you a good page of mine. Just okay. Yeah, you can get lost. I got 3 binders. One is just a fish binder, so this is just fish ticket stubs. There you go, right there. And then the other 2 are just shows from all over the place, man. And so yes, Paulie, I'm all about it. Your memory is way better than mine, but definitely when stuff sticks out, I remember it, and I would love to go down memory lane with the fun stubs, dude. So give me some. I'm
going to give you 5. You choose one, and I'll tell you what I remember about the gig. You ready? I'm coming at you strong right here, dude. Strong. Okay. Judas Priest, 1984, Madison Square Garden.
Ooh.
Nirvana at the Roseland Ballroom in New York City, 1993.
Ooh.
Here's another one.
Wait, Roseland Ballroom, is that in Portland, Oregon?
No, it's in New York City. The Roseland Ballroom. Yeah.
There's something Rose.
There's Roseland. There's no, it's not Roseland. I know the place you're talking about. It's like a small theater in Portland. Here's another one, Tony. In Excess at the Meadowlands in New Jersey, 1991. And then finally, dude, here we go. Motley Crue and Loudness at Madison Square Garden, 1985. What do you want to hear about?
Oh boy. One more time. So it was Priest, Nirvana, Crue, Loudness again, and then what were the other 2?
No, the other one I read was In Excess at 1991. Yeah.
Okay, well, first of all, Paulie, there is a Roseland Theater in Portland, Oregon, not Roseland Ballroom.
Yeah.
And then second of all, I'm torn between Nirvana and Motley Crue.
Okay.
So I think I gotta do Nirvana. I gotta do Nirvana.
Right. Let me pull that boy out. So here it is right here. That's my Nirvana ticket stub right there.
Dude, 93, November 15th, 93. Jeez.
Yeah. Is there a price on there? I don't even see it. Or is that a comp?
I don't see 1550 maybe?
Hold on.
Yeah, 1550 on the upper left. I think it's 1550.
1550. Okay, buddy. $15 to see Nirvana in 93. That was a great gig. So I remember this gig photographically because it was the only time I ever saw Nirvana, and I was a big fan of Kurt Cobain. I thought he was a pretty amazing songwriter. Rags, you'll love this. You know who I went to that show with? Jean Cronin. This is a girl we went to high school with who went on to become an art director at Atlantic Records, and she did some pretty big covers actually for some pretty big bands.
Any possibility that Jean Cronin is related to Kevin Cronin? Any possibility?
Sadly, zero. There's 0% chance, but I'll back Kevin Cronin. I've told you, roll with the changes. You know what I mean? Riding the storm out. I'll back Speedwagon if I have to. But anyway, Tony, Nirvana. Here's the first thing I remember about this band, this show, is the opening band was the Breeders.
Dude.
Yeah. And they were amazing. Kim and Kelly. Yeah. They blew the place apart. But here's what I remember about Nirvana. First off, when they came on stage, I remember thinking Kurt Cobain just had that thing coming off him. It's kind of like Jerry Garcia, actually. There's just something about certain guys that are radiating so much aura. And I remember feeling that with Cobain. As soon as he walked on stage, I was like, whoa, okay. Yeah, there it is. That's the real thing right there. And you know what I remember also, Tony? It was surprisingly psychedelic, the Nirvana show. They had like a backdrop where they kept projecting all these weird pictures and weird. It was a very trippy show. And the night I saw them, they were amazing. Like I went in there not expecting much because I know that they were hit or miss. But the night I saw them, they were really, really good. So those are my Nirvana memories at the Roseland, Tony.
The energy in that room must have been incredible. It must have been incredible.
Well, it was out of control. I mean, it was, in fact, I stood in the back of the room because the pit was so freaking violent and crazy. I was like, I don't want any part of that. I'm like, I'm done with that crazy shit. So I stood in the back and just watched the band, but it was a great show. It really was.
I'm looking through my binder, Paulie, and again, I've got like similar situation where I've got just a binder of ticket stubs, and I came across one page. Oh, by the way, look at this. Oh man, can you see, this is an all access pass to Bonnaroo back in the day. Can you see that?
Yeah, it looks like Mr. Cotter, kind of.
And it's Bob Ross. Remember Bob Ross?
Of course, rest in peace, the painter. Sure.
It's so good. Here we go. So on this page, you tell me. Actually, I'll just tell you. But here's some of the stuff. Jackson Brown at the Flint Center in Cupertino, 2011. My Morning Jacket, Bill Graham Civic, 2011, Friday, December 2nd, 2011. Carl Denton's Tiny Universe. I know you love Carl D, Paulie. October 21st, 2011. Warren Haynes Band, The Independent, 2011. And then the All Good Music Festival, July 15th, 16th, 17th, 2011. So this is obviously the 2011 portion of my binder. I'm gonna pull out this. This is the All Good Festival, and this was in Marvin's Mountaintop in Masontown, West Virginia, dude.
What the hell are you doing down there?
So I was with Jackie, and she was working the festival, and so Chris Kuroda, who does the lights for Fish, he's the lighting director for Fish. He's known as like the fifth member of the band. He was hired to do the lights for this festival. So I don't have a memory about the cool thing is how they had two stages set side by side, and literally when one band finished, the next band started. It was really cool setup as far as the festival goes. A small festival, but Chris Kuroda was hired to do the lights. And one day, my assignment for that day was to help him like set up all the uplighting, because he loves to uplight trees. So I sat in a golf cart with him all day, helping him uplight all the trees all over the festival. And it makes all the difference in the world when the sun goes down.
Yeah, they did that at Golden Gate Park too. They had the trees lit up at the Dead shows. It was pretty cool. It makes the whole thing look kind of trippy and cool. Yeah.
It all the better. And so we're driving around, and then he starts talking to me, and he goes, "Hey man, I just so you know, like the reason I do this is because I assume that when people come to these shows, they're going to be chomping on some vegetables, if you know what I mean." Wow. And I put the lights in certain places, and my light shows are geared towards that frame of mind. So if you can just pass that on to people, I'm just like, dude, whatever. I'm basically riding shotgun with you, and whatever you tell me to do, I'll do. And so that was my memory of that festival back in 2011. Chris Kuroda, the lighting guy for Fish, who, by the way, a lot of people do. He's influenced a lot of lighting directors in all of live music, all over, all different genres. So tip of the cap to him and that experience at the All Good Music Festival, Paulie. Great stuff.
Well, thank you for sharing that. And by the way, we can do this again, and we can do sports. We can do like sports ticket stubs if you want next time. We can do Giants, Niners, Warriors, whatever. You know what I mean? Stanford. I don't care, because there's going to be good stories behind every stub. That's the idea here. And if you guys got stubs you want to send them into the email box, pauliespod@gmail.com, and attach your own stories, and we'll share those on the air. It's fun. Tony, I want to say we should probably talk Dr. Young real quick.
Yes. Mr. Scott Ostler is in the green room waiting patiently. So after we give some love to Dr. Young, we will bring Scott onto the program.
100%. And last thing on your buddy Chris, I want to see him. Why don't you consider some uplighting for you next time we do the show? Maybe tomorrow night we can uplight Tony for the dramatic effect achieved at the Fish shows. Thank you. All right, Dr. Young, this is the official dentist of the Polymac Particle Show, and Creative Tony is actually going to be in his chair later today to fix that chipped tooth. And you're going to be in great hands with Dr. Matt Young. Not only is he a great dentist, he's a great guy. San Francisco guy. He's been in business for over 25 years, right down there in Union Square, 490 Post Street. And he offers really all the dental services you can, stuff in your pipe and smoke, comprehensive dental care, including cleanings, fillings, implants, veneers, orthodontics. And the entire team is very professional, very friendly. He's got a great staff, as you are going to experience down there. And he specializes in implant surgery and implant restorations. He, in fact, is the president of the American Academy of Implant Dentistry. So you go on to Yelp or go on to Google reviews, you will see he literally has thousands of positive reviews on there. You can read those at your leisure. And Tony, again, last thing I'll say about Dr. Young, he's a great guy, big baseball fan. His son is in the always impressive lineage of St. Ignatius Wildcats. His son is going to be playing baseball over there. So you guys are going to have a lot to talk about today. Dr. Young also accepts most major insurance companies and coverage, so you shouldn't have any problem there. Have a great experience at Dr. Young today, Tony. And then tomorrow, when you come back to the show tomorrow night for the night flight, you can tell us all about it. We'll incorporate that into the next read. If you're on Spotify or Apple Music and you don't see the visuals, reach out to Dr. Young anytime, 415-392-8611. You can also email him info@youngdentalsf.com. Open weekdays 8 to 7, Saturdays 8 to 4, Tony.
The last thing, Paulie, is just before we get to Scott Ostler, is that my experience pre-appointment has been fantastic too. They reached out to me. They wanted to take a picture of my tooth. I sent them a picture. They analyzed it. They offered me like 4 different appointment times and days. So they are flexible. And as you see with their hours, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. weekdays, who works till 7 p.m. anymore, right? And then who works? Yeah. Right, Dr. Young does. And who works on Saturdays? Dr. Young does. Saturdays, 8 to 4 p.m. So once again, 415-392-8611. Got to give love to the Han, who I've been dealing with. Han is who I've been dealing with. I'll see Dr. Young later today. So see you, Dr. Young, in a couple hours. And now, Paulie, if we could bring Mr. Scott Ostler to the program, that'd be wonderful. Please do. Please do. Here we go. There he is. All right.
Yeah. Good morning, Scott. How you doing, buddy?
All right, Paulie. How you doing? Hey, Tony.
Hey, Scott.
Oh, by the way, Tony, you mentioned me waiting in the green room. Your green room sucks. No snacks, nothing, man.
What do we need to do? What can we offer you next time? We'll do the M&Ms. We'll take the
How
brown.
about a glass of water? Would that kill you?
Tony, help the man out. Get the man some lemon in his water. You know what I mean?
Hey, it's like the Guild Theater down here in Menlo Park. Supposedly it's the greatest green room in all small venues, like all over the country. I've heard bands play there and say, this is the greatest green room ever. So I'm going to go down there, take some notes, Scott. Right. Then I'll report back for you.
Okay. I appreciate that.
All right, good. Scott, thanks for giving us a couple of minutes today. We always love having you on the show. Scott Ostler, San Francisco Chronicle. And, Scott, the main reason I reached out to you yesterday is because of, I guess I wanted to pick your brain a little bit about the encounters you had in the Giant Clubhouse over the weekend, because I got some traction basically with you kind of going in. From what I understand, you went in, you asked some of the guys about how they feel about Bob Melvin at this point. And it was Ramos who really said the most kind of explosive stuff. So maybe you can just kind of walk us through some of that and tell us about the back and forth you had.
Yeah. Thanks for asking. It's become kind of a hot topic unintentionally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went in. I guess my premise was, Bob Melvin's under fire now. People on social media and everything are demanding that he be fired immediately, if not sooner. And just a ton of vitriol and hate and everything, which is not uncommon. So I thought I'll go and see what the feeling is. I know the players are going to basically support him. I understand that, so I don't want to get it too cliched. But one of the things I was going to ask is, do you guys ever go into him and say, hey, man, we got your back or anything? So anyways, I just want to talk to some guys. And I know, like the leaders in the clubhouse, Chapman had already spoken the night before, but Logan Webb, I wanted to talk to him, and he was good. And then I saw Elliot Ramos walking, and I thought, well, he's good. I'll talk to him. And so I did, and he was very helpful and very supportive of Bob Melvin and all that stuff. And he said some quotes that got picked up by the SF Gate, which is not, they're loosely associated with the Chronicle and the same kind of, but they are not us. We're not them, and they are not us. We're actually kind of competing organizations. So they picked up a couple of his quotes, and I think twisted them wrong or blew them into a big headline. Elliot Ramos ripped fans.
Right.
And And I'm going to take part of the blame on that. And next time the Giants are in town, I'm going to go to the clubhouse and apologize to Elliott for kind of dragging him into the middle of this crap storm, because he doesn't deserve that. His comments were basically, he was talking about Melvin and how he has the player support. And I said, well, yeah, but the fans are clamoring. And he said, well, yeah, basically the fans don't know what goes on here in the clubhouse. They don't know what the manager is really like. So that's a fair comment, right? Because they don't.
Right.
And
yeah.
But he didn't mean those idiot fans, those stupid fans. We hate them and they don't know what the hell they're talking about. It wasn't that way. And I should have, if I were to write it again, if you give me a mulligan, nuanced it more and just explained it more that Ramos was not just, spell it out. I thought it was clear, but spell it out. Ramos was not really ripping the fans, but more defending his manager. And so he took a lot of guff. And I'll tell you a couple of reasons that's unfair.
Sure. Yeah.
Because that was not his intent. And he is one of the best guys to deal with, you'll ever deal with. He is, the sports writers give out an award every year to the Giants. The sports writers vote on it, the most cooperative player. And he'll probably, if he doesn't win this year, he'll be one of the finalists. I'm not out there every day, but the guys who are tell me that Ramos is spectacular, and I've had great dealings with him. Really good guy, and he's really super gone out of his way his entire career to learn English. He's obviously a native Spanish speaker who
Right.
came up here. A lot of those guys have a hard time with that because a lot of them are just young kids who come up here and it's language barrier is tough, and they battled through that. Well, he tackled it head on, and he's really become super fluent in English. He's a great guy, and I just felt bad that he's feeling like he got burned probably.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Tony. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I just want to say, Scott, I don't know if you saw last night. This makes a lot more sense to me because last night I was watching the game, and when they had that altercation with the fan on the home run that they did that disqualified, and they called him out, but they were jawing at Ramos a ton, and the way he handled that, and it was so playful, and he was smiling the whole time. This makes more sense to hear you say this now because he does seem like a jovial, kind of always smiling, happy-go-lucky guy. So thanks
That's a good point, Tony. Yeah, that should be emphasized, and I think if nothing else, maybe this incident will help bring that out more because the guy is he's really a gem. He's you don't really run into guys like that all the time. A lot of good guys in every sport, but Elliott is really a guy who he likes people.
Yeah.
He's not a hater. He's not a basher. He's not a dumb guy. He's a really smart guy who has a good sensibility. So I hope people come to know that.
No, that's awesome. I'm glad you clarified all that stuff because I agree. He strikes me as a very sincere guy, and he strikes me as a guy who really speaks from the heart with no filter. And he's a very likable guy too. And it's funny too, Scott. Just on the fans for a second, the Giant fans. Yeah. I have to say, as a kid, and Tony was too. Tony and I both grew up going to Candlestick in the 70s and 80s. And I'm telling you, Scott, dozens of times my dad would take me to Giant games in the 70s, and there would be not an exaggeration, 5,000 people there, 6,000 people. That's how it was back then. So when I look at the current state of the Giant fan base and the fact that they pack the place pretty much day in, day out, and they've done so this entire year. Like, I think the fan base deserves a round of applause this year. The fact that they have shown with the Giants losing 15 to 17 at home, yet they continue to pack the place. Scott, that is pretty impressive. The fans this year.
It's been a surprising and mysterious season in a lot of ways. And that is one of the mysteries or surprises, I guess, is that why they keep coming and packing the stands, because it would be easy to see 10,000 fans there, right? If you had to figure how many are going to show up tonight, and you show up and there's 35. So, the support has been gratifying, and that's that makes the whole situation all the more crazy and mysterious.
Scott, you mentioned a great adjective, mysterious season. It's a really great way to put it. How was the vibe in the clubhouse altogether when you walked in there? And I also, second part of that is if you could comment a little bit on Adamas, because he seems to also be a very happy, infectious personality type guy. Yeah.
Commenting in the clubhouse, I was there before and after the game. And the weird thing is, and I will say this, the atmosphere, I wouldn't describe it as joyous. When they were in the middle of this is before they won their last 2 games. But so it was not happy. I didn't see anybody whistling or singing, and there was no music because after loss, they don't play music.
Right.
The weird thing now about baseball, the quick side trip on the dynamics of baseball and clubhouses, is it used to be, I've been around a while, and back in the day, say 20 years ago or whatever, you go in a clubhouse and all the guys would be in there. Some guys would be playing cards, a little card table there. Other guys would be over opening mail, listening to music. A couple guys would be talking. They'd be talking, a couple of pitchers discussing things. And you'd see all this, the clubhouse life. There is no clubhouse anymore. The clubhouse is like a ceremonial room. Some people have a living room and a family room, but they only go in the family room. Living room is more ornamental. That's what a clubhouse is now. There's nobody there. The guys run in and grab their shirt and then leave or whatever. But basically, they eat in a room backstage. They play cards behind the scenes. They do all their stuff that they used to do. So we don't really get as much of a chance to gauge the mood and the kind of the feel of the team, or to talk to the guys as much. It used to be there'd be every guy's locker. So if you wanted to talk to somebody before a game, you just went in and talked to them. Now there's nobody there, and you wait around, and maybe one guy, 2 guys, 3 guys will poke their heads out, and you get a chance to talk to them. But it's just a whole different. It's become sort of a colder, more distant thing. It's sad.
Yeah, that's a great. I've seen the change too, Scott. Even in my limited amount of time going in there, like I remember, for example, I remember the 09, 2010, 2011, 2012, like that era. There were some really lively clubhouses back then, like with Pat Burrell and Aubrey Huff, and like all the personalities that Brian Wilson, all those guys made for like a very lively room. Now, quiet guys too, like Matt Cain would be very quiet. Buster was always very quiet, but there
you
was
can see him. You're interacting. It's like you're walking in the middle of somebody's living room. The whole family's there, and these guys are playing cards, and these guys are working on their equipment, and most of them are ready to talk. They're.
Why do you think it's changed, Scott? Like what has led to the change in like that culture, the clubhouse culture?
Well, the change has been that everything has moved away behind the scenes, because there's been more and more. I don't necessarily think the players clamored for it to get us away from the media. We don't want to deal with the outside. We want to have our own scene here. We don't want the media lurking around and bothering us. I don't think it's so much the players. Maybe the teams and baseball in general decided, let's give the guys more privacy. And so they have a place, they have places to go. The trainers used to be, I remember when I covered the Dodgers in LA, you wanted to talk to a guy in the trainer's room, you just walked in as he was getting his ankles taped or whatever. And now you go in a trainer's room, you get shot and you get tased.
Totally. Yeah.
Hey,
Scott, if you don't mind my asking, only because this has always fascinated me about you, is that you were there covering the Showtime Lakers in the 80s. And what an amazing period of basketball that was. Really one of my favorite teams of all time. Even now, like I'll watch their, classic retro games on the NBA channel, and you see that offense and the fast break. And it's like, God, that was just beautiful basketball. But what was that like, man, being around like in that locker room after games? Like, what was that whole dynamic like when they were at the peak of their powers?
It was fantastic, man. I covered Lakers for 2 years, starting in Magic Johnson's rookie year, 79 and 80. I know that goes way, way back. But, if I think about it, if I could choose to be a beat guy on any team over the last, 40 years or something like that, in any sport, and basically in any city, what would I choose right now? And it might have been the one that I was on, which was that team. It was phenomenal. Magic Johnson as a rookie.
Yeah.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, they had Hall of Famers. Then Worthy came along, Norm Nixon, and the coach falls down and busts his head, and the new head coach becomes some guy who's never even been in the NBA before. The whole thing was so weird and improbable. And you have Jerry Buss with his 18-year-old dates, the ball yard every night, and crazy fans, and Nicholson City courtside.
Yeah.
And we're talking about access in clubhouses now. Back then, the access for a beat writer like I traveled with the team. I was on the same airplanes. I was staying at the same hotels. I rode the buses to the arena with all with the players and stuff. So you get to know them. There was a couple players on the team. They would call me up, and we'd hit town, and one guy, Brad Holland, he'd say, "Hey, let's go out jogging." So we'd go out and jog for 2 or 3 miles. So you got to know the people. I got to know the coach really well. So a whole different thing. But that was that whole era was phenomenal. The characters, and there's no way to exaggerate how larger than life Magic Johnson was, for instance.
Right.
But guys like Norm Nixon, his nickname was Dr. Lipstick. So, and there were more than I knew at the time. There were drugs all around. There was sex, glamour, women.
Did
Marvin Gaye doing the national anthem? Jesus, I still get chills on that.
Yeah, and speaking of that, like the underbelly of those Laker teams, was that in the era where Spencer Haywood, right? Like he was the guy who had like the downfall and stuff, and
he was my guy. I wrote a book with him. He was the first. He was the NBA's and maybe major sports, the first drug casualty. The guy actually was kicked out of the league. This is how weird it was. Yeah, he got into a freebasing habit, right? Oh. And during the NBA Finals, like in the 2 games into the NBA Finals, he was thrown off the team. They threw him out and said, "Pack your bags and get the hell out of here." When was the last time the starting power forward on an NBA team in the Finals was thrown off the team?
Right.
And it was just like, just another day in Lakerland.
Yeah,
he was a great guy, by the way, but he just got, like many of them, got sucked down a wrong rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Hey, Scott, we have these listeners, viewers that they're called supers. So when they want to ask a question, they'll be put to the forefront. And so we have a listener, David Shanklin, also goes by NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC. He says, "Can we ask Scott about the greatness of a James Worthy?" So that's for you.
Big game James, man.
Yeah, he was a phenomenal guy, a really good guy, a nice fella. I mean, the funny thing about James is that you going after the game or whatever, you want to get quotes. He was always really bland and boring. You kind of give you the boilerplate in it, where a lot of the guys were much better. So James was not really a go-to guy for quotes. And I remember one time there was a roast for Michael Cooper, and I was one of the roasters, and say funny things about Cooper. And Worthy was one of the roasters, and he got up and right off, no notes or anything, did like a 5-minute riff on Cooper that was phenomenal. It was just great stuff. And I went up to him afterwards and I said, "What an a-hole you are, man. You've been holding out on us all these years. You can really talk, and you put out this persona just to throw us off, But he was interesting. And then when he got in his trouble with the I like to think I came up with good nicknames for guys. I don't think I came up with Big Game James, but that was a good nickname. My wife came up with a better name for him. When he got into trouble, he was kind of hanging out with hookers before a game, right?
Yeah.
And so my wife re-nicknamed him Pre-Game James.
Okay, there we go. Nice. Mrs. Ostler. There we go. Very nice. Pre-game James indeed. But Stu, what an incredible time to be around an NBA team like as historic as them. But just bring it back to the present for a minute, Scott. We'll let you go in a couple of minutes, but just the state, because we always love talking basketball with Scott Ostler, and the Golden State Warriors have had a very, very quiet off season, and a lot of fans are kind of upset. They're upset with the state of how the Kuminga thing has been handled. And what is your view of that, Scott, or your read on that situation? Like, did the Warriors mismanage this? Is this what you expected? It's been drawn out into almost like this epic odyssey now. But where do you stand on the whole Kuminga thing with the Warriors?
Yeah, it's an epic odyssey is right, and it's just beginning because we haven't seen the end of it. And in fact, it's almost like we're getting into the hotter stuff now as the season gets going. It's really weird. I'll say this. I think probably the Warriors mishandled it.
Yeah.
Because I think they're at probably some point they should have, and I understand why they didn't do this. And I've talked to Kerr about this and everything. Why they didn't just either, give the guy a chance, throw him in there and make him prove himself or not. And you just throw him in for a while and then take him out. And so not giving him a chance, or is it that he didn't ever really earn that chance? For instance, he doesn't rebound. Not a great passer. He wasn't quick to grasp the entire offense and all that stuff. So there are reasons they couldn't play him, and they didn't really have a crap team where they could just say, "Dad, just go out there. You're not going to hurt us. Just go out and learn." So there's a lot of blame to be passed around. I think there's blame on the Warriors' part for not giving him that full run, and blame on his part too for not always doing what he could do to maximize his opportunity. But they're stuck now. They're stuck in this no-win situation because we talk about distractions
Yeah.
And sometimes it's BS. Sometimes it's, oh, this guy's going to be a distraction because he wears a funny hat or something like that. And that's bullshit. Because,
Yeah.
the players go to work and they're not distracted by stuff. But this could be a genuine distraction for a year, for a crucial season. Because he's not just one guy over by himself. He's part of the team. And whether he starts or not, every night it's going to be a drama. Did Kuminga start? Why didn't he start? But he played so well. How come he didn't play again? How come he played too much? They gave him too much slack. So it's going to be every night he's going to be the focus. And part of it is I think because Joe Lacob really likes Kuminga and wants to keep him around. Maybe more so than some other people in the organization are not sold on him. And to Joe's credit, he's not one of those owners who imposes his will and says, my God, I like that guy, and you're going to start him every night. Joe will express his opinion, but he lets the coaches do their thing. And so there's become this, I don't know if they're actually having fist fights behind the scenes with, him and Steve Kerr over how to handle Kuminga, but there's probably been tension.
Yeah.
So it's been it's like I said, ongoing situation. It's not getting any better.
Yeah.
No. Hey, Scott, I'm really loving this conversation. So thanks again for coming on with us. Before we say goodbye, I want to get speaking of seasons coming up and crucial seasons, as the Niners are coming off a 6-11 season. Do you have any vibe, any thoughts on, first of all, just the injuries that keep piling up in the off season and the preseason and the training camp, but this Niners season coming up and this team coming up? Do you have any thoughts on the season coming up?
I'm trying to have good vibes on that, Tony, because I kind of have an overall feeling. It started a few months ago. I was with everybody else like, oh my God, they got rid of everybody. And they're just basically throwing the towel in this season and building for next year. And I've kind of shifted over a little bit, and I'm not sure that's the case. They've got some really promising rookies, although, God, like 2/3 of the team is rookies. That's a little scary. But their key players, they're like 6 main guys, are so good that it's possible that they could carry the whole team and bring the rookies along with them. So they're a total, I think, in the NFL, this might be the mystery team.
Yeah.
These guys are either going to win 4 games or 14. So I would tend to say more like 11 because they have a soft schedule. But it'll be really, really interesting to watch it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I'm pretty much with you on that, Scott. I see them as about somewhere, 10, 11 victories. Hopefully, I mean, if everybody stays healthy, because you're right, their studs are game-changing studs. So hopefully it's a fun season, and we'll have plenty to talk about. Scott, listen, man, we always appreciate your time. We love the conversations. We will continue reading you at the Chronicle, and thanks again, brother. Always a pleasure having a chat.
All right, Paul and Tony, I appreciate it. And by the way, you guys mind if I stop in the green room and grab like a stick of gum or something like that?
Help yourself, man. Help yourself. Flip the table over on the way out if you need to. It's no problem.
Flip the spread, baby. Yeah.
There you go. Thank you, Scott. Be good, man.
Thanks, man.
Okay. Scott Ostler, everybody. I mean, this is obviously one of our favorite guys, and I've known Scott for a very long time now, Tony. And, he is one of those guys where obviously he has so much knowledge to share, but he never cops any kind of attitude. You know what I mean? And there are some that do. You know what I mean? There are some that do cop this holier than thou thing. Scott is not like that. He never has been like that. And I know you're a fan of his too, Tony.
Oh, we're so lucky to have him here in the Bay Area. And I always say Scott and Bruce Jenkins. The fact that we have the two of them as our logo is just incredible.
Yeah,
they put out
great
content, and like he was talking about the resume, dude, of like seriously with the Showtime Lakers, and then we've got him in the Bay Area now, and he covered a lot of Dodgers teams too.
Yeah,
it's all there on the resume, and then he's also just a funny dude. The deep shots and Bon Mott's just great part of the Chronicle as well. And Paulie, I like his vibe on the Niners, to be honest with you, because we need some of that energy, we need some of that positive vibe.
I want to say, Tony, that so first of all, let's just talk Niners for a second, and we can get everybody off into their lunch break in a couple of minutes. But Tony, this Saturday, 5:30 kick, hosting the Chargers, your Los Angeles Charger. So now you got the battle of the former Niner coach versus the what?
These are you have on record you have a nice love affair with Justin Herbert. So these are your Chargers.
I'm fine with that. I'll take that. They can be my Charger. I got no problem with that, dude. You know what my pet teams are? It's weird. I always go to the AFC for some reason. I don't like mingling in my own conference, but I do like the Chargers. And I love, even though I know nothing good is going to happen because the team around him just isn't enough, but I love Joe Burrow. I really do. I think Joe Burrow is almost kind of being wasted in Cincinnati. That they literally, Tony, to the best of my knowledge, unless I missed something, their defense is going to be a major problem this year. So Joe Burrow is going to have to put like 30, 40 points on the board every week just to stay afloat. And I don't know if they can do that. And it's a shame because I do love the Bengals and I do love Joe Burrow especially. But the Chargers, dude, I just think what they have done in one season with Harbaugh is pretty damn impressive. The guy comes in, turns their entire identity around. Suddenly they're like a smash mouth, bruising team again that, you know, is going to make the playoffs this year. I told you this, Tony, I'll say it again. This is you want a hot take from Paulie Mack? I'm not a big hot take guy, but here it is. I'll give you my one hot take and punctuate this like with an explosion, please, when I'm done. But I'm going to say this again. I'm saying this again. I've said it before. I'll continue to say this. Come and get me, everybody. That's what I'm here for. I'll be the punching bag. The Chargers, Tony, you got it? The Chargers are not only going to beat Kansas City at least once this year. They're going to beat the Chargers at least once. I'm saying it again. They're going to win more games than Tony's Kansas City Chiefs. Give me the explosion.
You got the touch. You got the power.
That's my hot take. The Chargers are going to win more games than the Chiefs. I'm standing on that, man. I'm standing on it. Creative Tony, come and get me. Come and get me.
I won't come and get you because I love that prediction and I'll root for it till the cows come home because I love that prognosis. And it's not just about Justin Herbert. It's about Lad McConkey, Paulie. Lad McConkey. Any relation to Phil McConkey is a question we should dig into.
Dude, don't even get me going on Phil flipping McConkey, bro. You remember that little guy, like a little elf waving his stupid towel? Remember he was? Oh my god, dude, McConkey. Oh. Hey, Rags, isn't he like a this? I got more McConkey for you, present day McConkey. Rags, back this up if this is true. I think that McConkey is now like a politician in New Jersey. I swear to, like, is he help me out, Rags? I think he's like a mayor of some town in Jersey or something like that. In any case, that's just how I feel about the chart. But anyway, Niners, Tony, back to your original point. The Niners, listen, I think that they look at their division, look at their schedule. The Niners could have a good year. Like, it's not out of the realm, but I think that a lot kind of hinges. Like, I am slightly worried about the defense. I got to be honest with you. Like, I'm slightly worried about the defense. The secondary, you know what I mean, Tony? You confident in the 49ers secondary going into this year?
No. Not really.
No, not really either. And that's going to be a big thing because teams are going to attack the Niners through the year. I'm telling you right now, watch. They're going to be passing on that 49er defense or trying to on a regular basis.
I have confidence in Lenore, and I keep reading great things about this kid, Upton Stout. So we'll see what he's got up his sleeve. But they're not going to be shutting anybody out. Let's just put it that way. I think they're going to be giving up some points, man, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do on the offensive side of the ball because teams are going to force. I was going to say Buster. Teams are going to force Brock Purdy to throw. They're going to force him to throw because they're going to just, until they get Ayuk back, until they figure out the Juwan Jennings calf contract thing, they're just going to make him force him to throw to Ricky Pearson.
Contract thing, I like that. Until they figure out the calf contract, you just kind of toss that out there. I like that. Yeah. Whatever it is, maybe a little of both. We don't know. Yeah.
I don't even know what to say, man. But first of all, I got to give you some love. I was kind of multitasking while you were talking, Paulie, because I wanted to just pick one. Can I just pick one?
For God's sake, give me the one of him in the on the right hand side. No, maybe the hands on his hips, upper right, dude. Look at him. Look at your boy. Look at McConkey.
I mean, look at the stash. Look at the stash too. It's just
I don't need it. He looks like a reject, like a porno star from the 1980s almost. You know what I mean? Like a reject. He like went to the porno audition. They're like, no, we don't want you, buddy. But you're right, that 80s mustache, bro. I'll tell you this right now, Tony. I've never in my life just grown a standalone mustache. Have you? And I never will. Like, I'm never going to do that. Have you ever done that?
I might do it for a riff, for a goof, and maybe I'll do it for the show. Because they do Movember mustache, which you grow a mustache for charity. So maybe I'll grow a mustache out this November for Movember.
You're going to be doing a lot of charitable things coming up. Like, let's not forget, we established this yesterday, everybody. Nice, dude. Jeff Winkler dropping like neutron bombs of comedy. His porno name was Phil McDonkey, dude. Phil McDonkey. Shout out Winks, dude. Very nice. Don't forget, Tony, real quick, you are now obligated. You're going to have your mustache in November. Check that box. That's fine. But also, we decided yesterday on the show that we're all going to pitch in a couple of bucks and get you a couple of Jake Moody jerseys. So you will not only be on the show wearing a Jake Moody jersey, we can have that fundraiser. We'll pass a hat around at the Giants game. Everybody throw in a 5 spot, and then we'll put that pot of money together, and we'll go get, because I want you having a road and a home. I want a red and a white for you.
I'll tell you right now, Paulie, if you just made the claim about the Chargers, I'm going to make a statement here on the show on August 18th, episode 152 of Polymax Particles. If Jake Moody goes 100% field goal percentage on the season, I will paint the number 4 on my chest for an episode and go shirtless for an episode.
Well, obviously, nobody's going to kick 100% of their kicks. I mean, let's be a little more reasonable. Come back down to earth.
Not extra points, field goals.
No, I know what you mean, dude. I know no one's going to make 100%.
Why can't I expect that? Why can't I expect
something else on this kid? You are just like, dude, your bad vibes on Moody are going to permeate like the atmosphere here, dude. I'm afraid like your negativity is going to affect, because we're about the good energy on this show. We're about beaming out good vibes. You're coming down like with a dark cloud over Moody's head, and it's starting to concern me because the season is right around the corner. By the way, opening day, Tony, you know where the Niners open this year without looking at the schedule? I don't know if you've looked at it.
Seattle?
Yeah. Up
Yeah.
in Seattle, a place I never like playing, even if it's a diminished Seahawks team. I don't like being up there with my football team. I just don't.
And did a rejuvenated Darnold that would love to open his season with a win against his former team. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know, in Seattle's tough to play. I don't care what. And they pipe in the crowd noise too. Let's. By the way, I noticed this earlier, Paulie. Escobar is a super as well. He says Harbaugh's motto, I'm not here for a good time. I'm not here for a good time, not a long time. He'll always be my favorite coach, with me also being a fan since 88. Right on. Yeah, that's awesome, Escobar. Thank you for the super, my man.
Well, his resume, I'm sorry, go ahead, T. Go ahead.
No, I'm of course I'm joking about Moody with 100%, but I would like something. I would like a great improvement over 24 for 34. I don't think that's much to ask either, and I don't think that's
you want an improvement. Oh, 20. Yes, I got you. Right, his kicks last year. Yeah, totally. I'm with you, dude. I want better kicks too, man. But again, part of me is still hung up on that whole Bill Walsh mentality where kicking field goals is not what we really want to be doing. I don't want him taking 34 field goal attempts. I want touchdowns, brother. If that's okay.
Agreed. No, I totally agree with you. And that's Walsh football for life. So you're not going to get any argument from me, Paulie. I want more than 24, 34. That's all.
In the name of peace, love, harmony, hippies, hugging trees, in the name of love, as you two would say, Tony, we got to wrap the show so I can get your ass up to Dr. Young. I know you got a procedure coming up in like an hour, so we got to let Tony go, kids. And let's thank Dr. Matt Young one more time. He's a great sponsor on the show. You're going to get firsthand experience. I still love the mouth. I love being in the mouth. You're going to get a great experience today with Dr. Young. And this is not a riff or anything. I really do look forward to your review, and we can do that on Thursday. But in the meantime, thank you, Dr. Matt Young, so much for supporting the show. If you are interested in making a switch yourself, info@youngdentallsf.com. Give him a shout too. 415-392-8611. I love Dr. Matt Young. I gave him a Dwight Clark football. You'll probably see it in his office today, Tony. You enjoy that.
Paulie, to quote my son Dominic, today I said, hey, I got to go to the dentist today. And he goes, oh, but you say on your show that you are excited to go see this Dr. Young. So go see him and it should be fine. I go, dude.
See, Dom knows. Yeah.
Thank you. So it's exactly what my son said, exactly what you said, Paulie. And I'll report back. I'm going to have pictures. I'm going to maybe shoot a quick video with Dr. Young. I'll report back, dude.
Yeah, come back with pictures. Shout out Def Leppard Photograph, Tony. Photograph. Great song. I'll back it. I'll back Pyromania. I'll back the whole album. Hey. Tony, shout out Billy's Got a Gun. Is that the name of the track? Billy's Got a Gun? Yeah. Billy's Got a Gun. And Die Hard the Hunter, Tony. Nobody wants to talk about it. I'm here to defend the track. Die Hard the Hunter.
What about is stage fright? Is stage fright on
Stage fright all night? Go on with you. Hell yeah, stage fright, dude. And then the open Tony, rock till you drop. Okay.
Dude, was it Gluten Globen?
Come on, man. Go all day on Leopard if we have to. Yeah, totally. Anyway, thank you, Dr. Young. We love you. We also love Carlos De La Fuente over at Flex Funding, our main man, Low Steve. We'll see him in the flesh next Tuesday night. It's almost time, Carlos. We're looking forward to this in a big way. And I know a lot of our audiences too. So it's going to be a fun night with Carlos and Flex Funding. In the meantime, he does his work. He's serious about his services, man. So if you're in a bind, if you need a hand financially, or you just need financial advice on how to manage things or how to get, yourself down the road. You got kids going to private school. Believe me, I've been there. I know how it is. Talk to Carlos, 925-250-4894. You can also email Carlos anytime, carlos@myflexnow.com. Talk to him about loans. Ask him if what kind of loan would be right for you. Ask him if maybe tweaking or redoing your mortgage might be the answer, depending on the situation you're in. And again, as Tony said earlier, one of the great things I love about Low Steve so much is he's not sleazy. He's not going to try to strong arm you into something for his own benefit. He will do the opposite. We have heard from people who have went to Carlos and he was like, no, he told me it wasn't the right time. So that to me has a value beyond anything. So deal with Carlos. You're going to be dealing with a legit guy, a sincere guy, and a really good guy. Tony, final thoughts, and we'll let you go.
My final thought is I would definitely hit up Los, especially with the constantly evolving tax climate and economic climate. I don't know how else to put it.
Shout out, Tony. Shout out tariffs. You know what I mean? Shout out tariffs on my thanks a lot for the tariffs, by the way. Now I got to pay more on my bags of coffee, and I'm not happy about that. But anyway, it's affecting everybody is the point. Yeah. It's not, it's a riff and all that, but no, these are real life issues that we're all being confronted with now. Yeah.
But guess who does his homework on all that stuff and is on top of it as they are constantly changing and evolving? Is Carlos De La Fuente. So hit him up again one more time, 925-250-4895 or 4894, excuse me, 925-250-4894, or email Carlos@myflexnow.com.
Hey, final word comes from my buddy Jeff Winkler, aka Winks, holding it down in Los Angeles. He represents the LA chapter. He's coming in with his long song parody. I shot the tariff, but I will not kill the deputy. All right, Tony, thank you so much. Give me Diamond David Lee Roth. We'll dismiss the class.
Hold on, but first of all, Paulie, let's get on a highway to hell. Bound a highway to hell, because that's Low Steve. We were just talking about Low Steve. I was talking about Kai waiting is the whole Kai Wei Tang is the hardest part. Tom Petty, he came up with a better one. What is it? The Kai Wei
to hell. Yeah.
Kai Wei to hell is a great version. So Kai Wei Tang on the bump tonight. I'm sure we're gonna get more Niner news as we get closer to Saturday's tilt. And then we'll just keep you updated on all the goings on, and Paulie, also the business of the show.
Yeah.
Remember that the audio versions are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and TuneIn. Just search Paulie Max Particles. Also, please check out our YouTube channel, Paulie Max Particles on YouTube, Paulie Max Particles. And when you're there, make sure you hit the like button. While you're watching the show, hit the like button and subscribe if you can. We need subscribers. We need that algorithm. We're just building this one episode at a time, as we are episode 152. And we continue. We're not stopping anytime soon. And we thank you all, especially the people that we see on the chat, but everybody that tunes in.
Hey guys.
Can't say enough how thankful and grateful we are to have all of you with us.
Humbled, man. I really am. I'm humbled. You guys have been so good to us. I thank you very much. And Escobar, you said it for me. Thank you. Because I don't say this enough. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, do whatever you got to do. Get the word out there, because the more the show grows, the better off we're all going to be. You'll see. Thank you, Escobar. Thank you, Dom. Thank you, Patty, Nutter. On and on it goes. You guys know. Winks, Rags. What's up, T? What?
I got a couple more, Paulie, as we wrap. And she's buying a Kai Wei to Heaven from Pine Needle. That's from Pine Needle.
All right. And you leaving out my Kai Wei Star. You got a problem with Kai Wei Star? Deep Purple? Come on, man. Yeah,
I don't have a problem with it at all. I'm just going with what I'm seeing in front of me, and it's all good. It's all gold. Now, it'd be great if Kai Wei could get in the win column. Then we'll really celebrate. We can do acapella tributes all damn day tomorrow night.
I just came up with another one. We're going to end the show on this because I don't want you to be late to Dr. Young. I don't want to get in trouble being a bad influence. Tony, I don't even remember who wrote this song. It was like one of those really crappy 80s tunes I would never listen to. If it came on, I would change the station immediately. But you remember this one? Life is a highway. I want to ride it all night long. What was that piece of S? Who was that? Rick Astley or something like that?
No, that's never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
I'll back that one, actually. Yeah, never gonna give you up. Yeah, life is a highway, dude. I want to ride it all night long. Anyway, that's where I'm going.
Who is that, dude? Mark Wiseman says Chron. I don't know what that is.
Oh, Rascal Flatts. I'm getting this over and over again. Rascal Flatts. Thank you, Scarlet Fire.
That's not the original. That's not the original. Life is a highway. Come on, I gotta look this up, man.
Wait, this song's a piece of S, dude. It's something I would never listen to. Who is it?
Respect from my buddy Mark Wiseman, aka Your Mom Is Cool. Tom Chron. And then we got Jeff Winkler saying yes. We got Gravy saying yes. Tom Chron had the original. I guess Rascal Flatts covered it later on too.
I shouldn't have made. Now we got a whole new controversy developing. Dude, Gravy coming in with hard knowledge, dude. Hard knowledge. He goes, guys, that was the singer from Red Rider. Dude, I don't even know. That's the end of the show now. Red Rider from the Vision Quest soundtrack? Is that what you're throwing at me? I don't have time to go down that road. I got to get Tony to his office. Tony, we'll see you tomorrow night for the night flight, 8 p.m. Yes. We'll have a great show. In the meantime, good luck at Dr. Young. I hope it goes well. You're in great hands up there, buddy. Give me Diamond Dave and get on the road.
All right, and also I'm going to give you some Boogie Nights as well.
You got the touch. You got the power.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, kids. Thank you, Scott Ostler from the San Francisco Chronicle. Always love the conversations with Scott. Thank you, all of you, for being around today, supporting the show. We freaking love you guys, and we'll see a lot of you next Tuesday. Tony, good luck at Dr. Young. We'll see all of y'all tomorrow night on the night flight. Cheers, everybody.
Peace.